Rims out. Dave Fry with the board. Wow.
Welcome to NBA 2K TV, Dave Fry. Now, your organization had the #1 pick last year. You guys selected JVM, and now you are defending champions.
And nothing to
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Looking now at some numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the point. Lillard hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And it's pretty clear that Adam Silver would like to implement, Chris, a mid-season tournament. What do you think would motivate teams for something like that?
Man, it depends. Kevin, it could be money, or it could make the games count extra, or different seeding or position of seeding in the playoffs. These days, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try.
Here's Lillard following the basket by LeBron James. On deep. Trent, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. LeBron against Lillard. That's tipped. And they're pushing it up. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
So many of his points have come from within inches of the bucket. I mean, he lives to attack the rim.
To the inside, and stolen by James. The finish, and James throws it down hard.
Come on, Hall of Fame athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
And LeBron James still the face of the league as he goes into his mid-30s. The impact he's had on this sport is really immeasurable.
Come on, Jay. I mean, he's one of the most recognizable athletes in the world. I mean,
that was a strong dunk.
That's how you go home. That's how LeBron likes to attack. So effective at scoring on the move.
Passes it to Trent. Lillard with it. A 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Kanter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. First one falls for him.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Kanter, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. It's Harold, top of the key. Shot clock at 5. And Jones sends it back. Hood deciding where to go with it. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring points.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves.
This is his first free throw of the game. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Lakers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Here's LeBron. That shot no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
But you also got to give credit to the offense, too. They exploited every hole they saw in the defense.
The rebound by Simons. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Cantor with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Unloads from 13. Kicks it out to Jones. Anthony trying to get open. Jones, no luck. The Lakers trail. Here's James. He can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
What hustle on display. Encouraging to see Hood working hard to keep plays alive on the glass.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. Can't connect from short range. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Lillard. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. And stolen by Harrell. Here's LeBron. No dice from 9 feet out. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his future plan.
I know that when the main guy usually decides.
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Montrezl Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Lillard. And that'll be 2 free throws. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yep, it counts. Lillard's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
The D has got to do a better job clogging up routes to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving the shot.
Here's Morris. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Morris has got his first 2 points of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Schroeder up top, defended by Jones. Schroeder passes to Morris.
Hey, guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Horton Tucker, that's good. Horton Tucker's got his first points in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Lillard. He's got 8. Here's Cantor. Jones, the pass to Trent. Here's Lillard. Offensive rebound. Cantor. Schroeder against Lillard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Kuzma, right side. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Kuzma. Gasol's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Strange to see Marc Gasol shooting from outside. His game, Greg, wasn't always like it is now.
I mean, Gasol has added a 3 to his game in the last seasons with Memphis, and it was an immediate success. He became a functioning stretch 5. Early in his career, he was more likely to drag you to the block and just bruise you more than anything else.
And that one drops for him. Horton Tucker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Schroeder against Lillard.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Trent passes to Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
All right, I'm telling you, don't let Lillard get in rhythm. Once he's feeling it, he's going to burn you on every possession.
Down low, Gasol, and Gasol with the dunk.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Lakers trail by 4. Schroeder outside and finished off by Gasol.
Not a lot of ups needed right there for Gasol to get up and hammer the dunk.
Lillard left side, and he comes up with the deuce.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Schroeder outside, inside, cuts off the pass. Jacks up a 3. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Schroeder passes to Gasol. Out to Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
He's one of the top guys when it comes to those catch-and-shoot jumpers. Kuzma, he loves getting those shots off in a split second.
Lillard from outside. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a rope. And
we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
He did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Schroeder dishes to LeBron. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
James against Lillard. No good. He's now missed more than he's made. 4 for 9. Trailblazers leading by 7. Anthony finds Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 3-pointer Lillard. The Lakers with the rebound.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Here's LeBron. That's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Hood's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on his team.
Pass to Covington. Kanter inside. He's defended by Harrell. And Morris has got the ball here for the Lakers. Trailing by 5.
Sensational speed from James, a force of nature in the open court. His combination of quickness and athleticism.
And Simons a bit undersized at that 2-guard position, only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
4 on the clock. And the rejection by Harrell. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Los Angeles shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He's just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
LeBron with the bucket.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set them up.
And Kuzma has it in the corner. Back to LeBron, and the dunk by James.
You got to be in awe, James, an offensive juggernaut. It's caught fire here tonight.
Here's Simons. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. The drive by LeBron. And LeBron throws it down.
And look, if you're going to allow him to get to the bucket that easily, this lead's going to go from small to big real quick.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Ball's knocked loose. To the paint. Here's Harrell. And Harrell shoots it in.
Fantastic vision. I mean, Brown always cognizant of everyone around.
Outside Anthony. And the rejection by Harrell. And And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chip. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. It's deflected.
Caldwell Pope just has unreal timing on defense. If you put up something soft, you won't send it back.
Nice shot by James.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Simons. Outside Anthony. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And the first one at the line is good. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Both free throws good from Anthony.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throw.
Here's Schroeder. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
That's the way you...
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Caldwell Pope. Harrell is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Laker 5.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Anthony. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Schroeder passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Lillard against Schroeder. Now here's Lillard. Defense is right there. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Pass to Horton Tucker. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And it's Harrell missing. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard from outside. Rebounded by the Lakers. Harrell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Schroeder. That one doesn't go. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Oh, the awareness on display. Hood just isn't a good scorer. He's also skilled at getting it to his open teammates.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Lillard gets it to go.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Oh, that'll make any coach happy. Aggressive defense, then changing ends quickly.
And it's Harrell at the elbow. Feeds to LeBron. Uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got 22 points.
Love the attitude of James. When it's an important moment, he demands the rock and delivers.
Lillard looking around. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Just 5 on the clock. Morris with the block.
Oh, man, look at Morris. Use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Lillard again missing. Lakers leading by 4. Got a hand on it. James kicks to Matthews. Covington with the steal. Lillard with it, now guarded by Harrell. Covington's shot is off. The Lakers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Anthony with the block. They recover it. It's good. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the fourth. Lillard from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. James looking it over. Back to Harrell. And Harrell slams it down hard.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Lillard outside. Got it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Here's Caruso, covered by Lillard. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Can't waste any time here.
You're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
James kicks to Caruso. From deep three-point range. And so the Lakers take the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Other than that, what was your personal highlight from last season?
In the semis of the playoffs, we beat the Raptors finally. The Raptors were the best team by far, obviously, all season. You know, not even a personal highlight for me. I think it was a highlight for the whole league that we beat them. You know, everybody kind of didn't want them to win all the money and stuff like that. So when somebody finally did beat them and it was us, oh man, it was great.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. Let's see the stat sheet here for Paul George.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait.
It's been a quick start for Portland. It's a 5-point game. Chalk up 2 there.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverley will not back down from contact.
Portland with the ball. Lillard from outside. The rebound by Ibaka. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, George. Stolen by Kanter. Covington passes to Lillard. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Jones. Paul George making his last shot. Jones kicks to Lillard. There's the 3. They get it again.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They trail by 7. George dishes to Ibaka. Outside for George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen him.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Down low. Inside, here's Kennard. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Well, there's no lack of range in this the leading three-point shooters among the ranks of the NBA's big men the last month. Marcus Morris fourth.
And the value of having a big man who can do what these guys can is that they draw bigger defenders out of the paint. You have to stay with them wherever they go.
You know, and that causes all sorts of matchup problems for an opponent. Just the threat of one of them getting hot from three-point range affects the defensive game plan.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Now, here's Zubac. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's Lillard, following the score by Lou Williams. Lillard attacking. Oh, that was something else.
Have mercy. And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
Now, here's Zubac. No points in the game yet for him. Shots good by Kennard.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Jackson looking around. Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room. Pass to Zubac. A three from Morris. No good on the last second attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Trailblazers. They're up by 9. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg,
I don't fear nobody. And, you know.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Now here's Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
This guy is such a lengthy wing defender. Robert Covington doing work defensively.
It's good on the putback. Jones has got his first bucket of the night.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. Good work there as it goes.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
To the middle. It's stolen. Knocked away. Zubac with it. Now Covington defending. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Williams. And a switch here also for Portland. Trent's checked in. Here's Trent. Paul George making his last shot. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson's got the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Jackson. Cantor checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Nicholas Batum. From deep. The Trailblazers rebound. And Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Covington with the steal. Lillard the pass to Trent. Back to Lillard. Batum with the steal. George against Kanter. Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts.
You can see the handle of Kawhi Leonard so much tighter than it used to be. How confident is he off the dribble?
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now here's Covington. After the miss from Serge Ibaka.
Tremendous job by Robert Covington to get the defense committed and draw the contact. Nice.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Good checked in for Derek Jones. And both free throws good for Covington.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Lillard. Batum grabs the miss.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
We see Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jackson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. And then for the Trailblazers, Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Portland leading by 5. The pass to Trent. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
You have got to be a low mistake team in today's NBA, because once those turnovers start piling up, you're giving your opponent too many extra looks.
Here's Trent. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 15 points and 1 assist. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Lillard looking around. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Here's George. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. George has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. Lillard way outside. A shot off that time, so Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Now Beverley. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Nobody near Lillard. The long distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 18 points.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Ibaka dishes to Leonard. They grab their own miss.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Lillard. And the shot goes in. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
George finds Beverley. George passes to Ibaka. Shoots over Kansas. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there. And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Oh, wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Here's Williams, and the layup falls. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. On the wing, Jones. Back to Anthony. Shot to stop the run, and he lays it up and in. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, that face-up game of Carmelo is a problem. The quick release or attack the rack, forget about it.
Good against George. The kick out to Williams. And George, here we go. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a change here. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Jones finds Covington. Now here's Anthony. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Can't hit from 12.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Morris dishes to Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Back to Anthony. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Oh, a strong finish there by Melo. He just powers it right past the D.
High post to Ibaka. Morris outside. Back to Ibaka. Good D by Covington.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What a terrific story Robert Covington is. Gets undrafted out of college, goes to the G League and becomes an MVP, and now one of the very best defenders in the NBA. Truly an incredible journey.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers ahead. They lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
We haven't given up any resistance at the
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2 guard. Kanter trying to free himself up. They get it back. Lillard outside to tie it up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Morris with the ball. Jones covering. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Trent passes to Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. There's the dish to Kanter. That evens the score.
Very good presence of mind by Kanter right there. Good at taking contact and finishing through it.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Jackson finds Morris. Outside Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Zubac, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Clippers lead by 2. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. To the inside. And they pick up 2. Lillard's got it all tied up now for Portland.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Pass to Zubac. Outside Williams. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, reversed at home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Patterson, he's checked in for Ibaka. Leonard comes in for Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And that one's good, George.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Lillard outside. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Robert Covington, calm, cool, and collected.
To the left wing. Patterson passes to Zubac. Clippers moving the ball around. Good, nice job down low. And the Clippers lead by 2.
It's been like this all night for both teams, the offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Pass to Lillard. Tries again. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. And George, here we go. He feeds it to Patterson. And it's Leonard at the elbow. He dishes it to George. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Baca comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in for Patrick Patterson. It's stolen by Ibaka. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping, but fast break chance. Pass to Beverly. It's blocked.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Right side, George. Feeds it to Ibaka. George trying to break free. Ibaka, no luck. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lillard outside to take the lead. Buries the triple.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
It's George on the wing. The tagger. He drills the game winner.
And he wins it at the buzzer.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
the championship.
So lots of people look up to you. Do you have any advice for those players who are aspiring to get to the league?
Biggest thing is, you know, obviously stick skill and all that stuff matters, but I feel like if you can put out content, you can make yourself valuable off the court. That's what matters, you know, just as much as your stick skill.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned as a pro?
You're playing for something bigger than you, obviously, you know, even if it's...
A stunning view of the moon over our... Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trail Blazers. On Thursday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. And for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now, here's Richardson. He had 16 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Doncic with the bucket. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. Now here's Porzingis. After the miss from Damian Lillard, sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
They're going to take a little bit more to get Porzingis off of his sweet spot and his offensive game now.
Here's Lillard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Now here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Richardson against Covington. Covington with the steal. Down low. And Lillard throws it down.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Doncic against Lillard. Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
You want evidence of Lillard finishing at the rim? I give you Exhibit A.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 4. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance here to check out some stats for Kristaps Porzingis.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. An 11-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but there's always this point you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Crafty getting into the lane. Johnson at his size weaves in and gets the contact and initiates it on the drive.
Anthony Cantor trying to free himself up. A shot by Anthony, no good. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Richardson. A shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Brunson against Lillard. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. That's good from Cantor.
Now, Cantor is so hungry and has the desire to be an impact player on the glass every night. A very good low post scorer who can rebound at a high level.
Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He hits both from the stripe.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just they've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw game.
Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's James Johnson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Brunson in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Back to Lillard. Pass to Cannon. The feed to Lillard. He kicks it to Jones. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish.
And it's not a secret. Cantor is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hands.
Brunson against Lillard. Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. And here's the fast break. Here's Jones. Wow, hammering it in.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded, hangs in the air. He takes it up and lays it in. Powell's got his first points of the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight, he's got it going.
Here's Brunson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Lillard. And yes, it's good. Lillard's got 16.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The pass to Powell. Johnson kicks to Brunson. Shoots over Lillard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Trailblazers leading by 4. Pass to Trent. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Brunson against Lillard. Over Brunson. And it's Lillard again missing. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Lillard with the bucket.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's good. He's got 11.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Lillard outside. Launches it. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Here's Brunson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Richardson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Little's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got his 3rd assist on the night. Outside Anthony. Now here's Little over Porzingis, and he got that one up in time. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 21 points. Well, he's... And that does it for our...
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Damian Lillard. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in a 2-guard. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Pass to Kanter. Outside Covington. 3-pointer Lillard. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Doncic outside. Out to the right wing. Kleba, the pass to Doncic. And here's Porzingis. He's covered by Cantor. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just one on the basket from Porzingis.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Lillard. Banked in off the glass. Lillard's got 25 points in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Jones, and then Jones with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Doncic against Lillard. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Now Porzingis. The pass to Finney-Smith. Over Jones. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 5. Covington with the bucket.
The enthusiasm Covington has for the game seems to grant him endless energy. He turns that into made shots.
Doncic against Lillard. Covington with the steal. Here's Trent, and he lays it straight in. Trent's got 6.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
A shot by Kleba, wide open. Dallas, no good that time either. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got 29.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Mavericks trail by 13. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Kicks to Little. Out to the right wing. Here's Lillard. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley-Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
And the dunk by Doncic.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Lillard with no one around. Drops in the tray. Lillard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Brunson. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Brunson's got 16 points.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Lillard from outside. And that one is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Trailblazers as they end the third quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, it's all about physical.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Doncic. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hardaway. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Hardaway has got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a hard-nosed play from Hardaway, absorbing contact and not taking no for an answer.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, and his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Runs in the pass to Porzingis, shoots over Kanter, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Well, the closer Porzingis gets to the basket, the more aggressive he becomes, and for good reason. He's going to get fouled.
A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Johnson, and it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Lillard. Kanter trying to free himself up, and it's Lillard missing. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 9-point game.
And you can see Porzingis a great job as a big to run the floor and help get that three.
Here's Lillard. Doncic with the steal. Hardaway with it. Good on the shot. Hardaway has got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Porzingis has got the ball. Hardaway with a wide open look. No good off the back of the rim. Trailblazers leading by 5. And Portland turns it over again.
Not a fan of those kinds of passes.
Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And Portland with a change here too. Trent's checked in. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and there it is for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Lillard looking around, and he comes up with the deuce. Lillard's got 36.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Lillard against Doncic. And he gets the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to check. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic against Lillard. Left side, Hood. 5 on the clock. Back to Lillard. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Another shot.
Porzingis patrolling the floor, getting his arms up quickly to alter those shots.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony, and Jones subbed in for Rodney Hood.
He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic kicks to Kleba. To the paint. There's Porzingis. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break counts. And then Lillard slams it in.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Here's Doncic. It counts. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard dishes to Cantor. Nice D from Doncic.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game. And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
Cantor. Got it!
Well, he's made some big shots dating back to his playing days in Europe. Cantor coming through here in the clutch.
Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up. You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge.
love it. It's awesome.
So are there any draftees that you are looking or excited to see in the draft pool or to play in the 2K League next season?
A couple of guys that I'm excited to play against, or excited just to see in the league in general. You got Crazy, who's probably going to go number 1. No Love Czar. He's a guy that he's been playing for years. I'm excited just to play against him. Glow the Real, another guy.
And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River, the week is... Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Schroeder passes to Morris. Greg, it's going to be a battle of the boards tonight, and you know what that's like. You played alongside some great rebounders.
No doubt about it. Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley. I mean, Brian Grant, a lot of guys that earn their living wearing that hard hat.
Now LeBron, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
Covington finds Lillard. Makes it off the glass.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Here's LeBron. Excellent D from Kanter. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Lillard. He's as potent an offensive player as you're going to find in this league. He averages almost 30 points a game. And Kanter throws it down.
And, you know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's James. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
As soon as you give him any room whatsoever, he is always looking to attack and make you pay.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard scanning the floor. It's rebounded by Gasol.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Covington's shot is off. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to Sacramento. And Jones sends it back. Covington passes to Trent. The shot, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring points.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
LeBron outside. Lets it go from 11, and he connects with the jumper. James has got 6.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Lillard outside. 1:58 left in the first quarter. The 11-footer. The offensive rebound, Kanter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. And count it from 19 feet away. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
And the shot is good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Lillard outside. takes the elbow jumper and drains it. 8 points for him.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Here's James. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
The raw power of James excels at taking on physical defense and finishing.
3-pointer, Lillard. Shoots it up. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And the dunk by LeBron.
Not much anyone can do to stop that. LeBron flexing at the rack.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that's a special play coming from the 1 spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Outside Jones. Back to Lillard. The shot. Misses off the left iron. Good if it goes. That shot missing. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He got into double digits. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it...
I think it comes from being in a big...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Rodney Hood has good size at 6'8", really uses his frame well to get his shots off.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. Here's Caruso, covered by Lillard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Enes Kanter. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well, to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good points. Kept alive, and Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Here's Caruso, covered by Lillard. Here's Harrell, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Looking to end his cold spell, and that one's good. Lillard.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Lakers ball. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Harrell the pass to Caruso. Now Anthony, his last outing, 16 points for him. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And when he's a roller, Montrezl Harrell can catch any pass because he has great hands.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lillard, right side. A second chance effort. Out to Hood. From the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Trench got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lakers trail by 5. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Kuzma with it. Harrell trying to free himself up.
This is what you like to see. Kuzma not settling for something along the perimeter. In fact, just the opposite.
Lillard outside. 1:49 left here in the second. Count that one. Lillard's got 14 points.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here's Horton Tucker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Hood kicks to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trailblazers keep it alive. Back to Hood. Outside Anthony. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
I like the aggressiveness. What I don't like is the lack of efficiency.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Caldwell Pope.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Here's Lillard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter. Lakers have gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. Here's Horton Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by Lillard.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Yeah, shaky defense there. Giving up the bucket plus sending KCP to the line.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope. 8 seconds left in the first half. On the wing, Jones. Got it off in time, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on. Thanks for joining.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marquis Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Caruso in at the point. And here is LeBron. Oh, that's blocked. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The pass break chance.
So smart in these situations. Love how Covington often picks the correct route to run.
Jones against James. Count that bucket. James has got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers.
Nice finish there to put him up in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get some more of those touches down the stretch.
Lillard outside. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 19 points.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Caruso kicks to Morris. Gasol passes to Caldwell Pope. Gasol against Lillard. The shot's good from Gasol. And the Lakers lead by 1. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And Covington sends it back. That one goes in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The drive by James gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Damian Lillard. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They trail by 6. Simons the pass to Covington. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
That's the activity they need from Schroeder on the defensive end. With his quickness, he can be disruptive.
Here's Anthony, and he uses the glass on the layup. So it's the Lakers now. 6-point lead. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely. 5 on the clock. No good on the 3.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
A nice shot by Simons.
Unselfish play by Hood. Could take it himself, but finds the open man.
Lakers leading by 4. LeBron outside. To the middle. There's Harrell. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Harrell's got 6.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Simons the pass to Carmelo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
LeBron James on the wing. From deep. Portland grabs the miss.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Right side Jones. Trailblazers moving the ball around. outside Anthony. And no good that time. Lakers leading by 4. Here's James. Rebounded by Hood. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And it's blocked. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's James. 18 that time from Hood. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Lakers on top, up by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Trent in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers trail by 6. Out left to the wing. Simons, the pass to Lillard. Launches a 3. Simons, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. The drive by James.
The aggressive mindset. LeBron putting it on the deck and drawing contact.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good.
Great job there to make this a 2-possession game.
And for Portland, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. And a deep 3 from Lillard. No good that time. And it's the Lakers the other way. The drive by LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
You can't give a steamroller like LeBron that kind of opening. He'll bury you every time.
Lillard against Schroeder. Rejected by Gasol. Caldwell Pope dishes to James. Can't hit that one. Trailblazers trail by 7. Lillard from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
LeBron outside. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. And the shot goes down. James has got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Here's Kanter. Goes back up. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And not having the same impact on the offensive glass that they did in the first half. It would help them cut into this lead if they could create some more second chances.
Now here's James. Back to Schroeder. Floats it up for James. 6 to shoot. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Portland. Caldwell Pope against Lillard.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Lillard against Schroeder. The putback. LeBron grabs the miss. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Gasol trying to free himself up. And that one's good. James has got 28. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played in Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Portland. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
It's stolen by Jones. Here's Anthony. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's James. No good. Shot missing. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's Lillard. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move. And he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on LeBron James.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
You throw good. Damian Lillard.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. James with it. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From 6 away, it drops.
One of the league's great competitors. The second LeBron catches the ball, you can see he's looking to rise to the occasion.
And a deep three from Lillard. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
James looking around. Count it!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
And Kanter able to finish. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Now Schroeder. Caldwell Pope outside. On the wing, Morris. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
First play is from Machiavelli 1020 in the Rec. Don't be intimidated into quitting when your team is down. Like, really.
And a look behind the curtain here final preparations for the challenge ahead, hoping to come out of the gates strong. Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. And here's a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in a point guard. And for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. Now Lillard after Enes Kanter's three-pointer that didn't go. Shot clock at 5. Second chance shot. And deep. Lillard drops it in. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Now here's Lillard. In Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. Outside, Jones. Back to Covington. Pass to Jones. Lillard against Beverly. Shot from 12. And too long on the shot. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Left side, George. And the layup's good off the glass.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Lillard finds Kanter. Back to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Here's Leonard after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Here's Beverly. And it's sent back by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Trent. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Nicholas Batum. Portland shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. Pass to George. The dish to Ibaka. That one drops for him.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Williams against Lillard. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Wizards in Washington.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control, and in that one, they crossed the line.
I mean, and there's really no excuse for it. They know they need to play more in control.
That one falls.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Lillard misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead. Leonard the pass to Williams. Outside Batum. Here's George. Puts it up from 17. Leonard finds George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Stolen by Kanter. Here's Trent. He's covered by Leonard. Covington. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 3. George looking around. And it's George finishing it off.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Outside Covington. Lillard outside. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Ibaka with the ball. Jones covering. Leonard with no one around. A three-pointer, no good. Trailblazers trail by 5. And Jones has it in the corner. Back to Lillard. From downtown. And then Lillard slams it in.
Now, what more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
And George kicks to Williams. Back to George. Inside with 1 on the clock. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 3 from Portland. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got in.
Right, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. Passes to Zubats. Back to Beverly. 2 on the clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard surveying the D. And the rejection by Zubats. It's Jackson with the drive. There's the pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Beverly. Clock at 6. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And Jackson is unreal in the pick and roll, just taking whatever the defense gives him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Outside Jackson. Pass to Morris. Back to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
How about the muscle from Jackson in that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Beverly against Lillard. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Morris right side. For the three. Kennard on the wing. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
But you also got to give credit to the offense, too. They exploited every hole they saw in the defense.
Both teams will make substitutions. No free throws good from Lillard.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
George dishes to Williams. Back to George. And Jones sends it back. Lillard from deep three-point land sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Once Lillard gets going, it's fun to watch. I mean, he attacks with such ferocity.
Back to Leonard. From down in the low post, it goes. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
There's the feed to Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Williams passes to Batum, back to Williams. There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. They get the rebound. Portland trailing here. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Jones is running. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Lillard misses. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. George dishes to Batum. It's deflected. The kick out to Williams. Back to Ibaka. Batum trying to break loose. And Ibaka slams it in.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even bet. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Looking at the Paul George trade last year. And that'll do it for us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Outside, George from the baseline. The putback, and Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
George finds Ibaka. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
This is it to Jones, to the right side. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down home.
it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Up top, Ibaka. He's covered by Cantor. And it's Leonard missing.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Not as good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Cantor.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Outside, George. To the inside. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Covington. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum. Leonard attacking. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Covington kicks to Jones. Lillard outside. Passes it to Cantor. And he banks in the layup. Cantor's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Outside, George. Dishes to Batum. And George, here we go. Basket counts. 8 points for George.
A guy with George's focus can shrug off the contact. He won't let the defender disrupt his rhythm.
Here's Lillard. It counts. And the foul.
That's good.
That one on George. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They get it back. Cantor. Here's Hood. Lillard, the pass to Hood. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Zubac. That's a 2 from Lillard. Portland again missing.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Morris into the lane. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
Simons surveying the D. Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside Jackson. Here's Kennard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. The 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Count it.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Outside Jackson. Gets it off. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you know.
And so it's Los Angeles. in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Williams dishes to Morris. Nobody near George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true. And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Zubac kicks to Williams. Kicks it out to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. No good on the shot. Good D by Covington. Outside Anthony. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And now it's only a 5-point Los Angeles lead. George against Hood. And George, here we go. And the Clippers call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Lillard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. George passes to Beverly. And George with the stop.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide-open man easily.
Beverly against Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays, but he knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Outside, George feeds it to Ibaka. And it's good for 2.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Lillard with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Lillard.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
It's blocked. Now here's Little. D right on him. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Ibaka slams it in.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Morris with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Knocks it loose. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Portland, no good that time either.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Can't waste any time here.
And you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
Now, here is George. From deep three-point range. And so Los Angeles takes the win. A narrow win under David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For A chance now to take a look at some numbers for Luka Doncic.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Now off the inbound. Outside, Jones. Lillard scanning the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Richardson, no luck. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. For Portland, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Doncic against Lillard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. He gets it in there.
Well, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets, using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
How about Porzingis with the fancy throwdown? Love seeing the big fella finish with that kind of power.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Doncic after Enes Kanter's basket. Excellent D from Kanter.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Trent passes to Kanter. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Now, here's Doncic. Now the pass to Porzingis. And Kanter pulls it down. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. It's Covington on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Simons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Johnson.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The first free throw is good. Lillard's checked in for Rodney Hood. And Dallas with a change here too. Powell's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. Excellent D from Kanter. Last game for the Mavericks, they picked up the W against Oklahoma City. The drive by Anthony, can't hit from in close. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard from outside. Covington passes to Simons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Johnson. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for James Johnson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And you want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time.
Now here's Brunson. 11 points last game. It's stolen by Anthony. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
Richardson dishes to Cauley-Stein. Good work there as it goes.
Powell looking more and more comfortable with his jump shot. I like seeing him pull up from here.
Here's Lillard. 1 second left, and Lillard throws it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's...
Normal beginnings. You know, I'm from...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They're also having a lot of success from the free throw line tonight. You always want to cash in from there.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Dwight Powell, Josh Richardson out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the 5 down low. Trailblazers leading by 8. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Cauley-Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Dallas also making a switch. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Here's Lillard. And he drops it in from the low post. Lillard's got 10 points.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Back to Cauley-Stein. Lillard against Kleber. Pass to Cauley-Stein. And he gets it to go. And now just a 5-point Portland lead.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Lillard against Doncic. And there's Cantor on the assist by Lillard. Cantor's got his second bucket.
And the coaching staff doesn't have any issue putting the ball in Cantor's hands inside. And why not? That part of his game is very refined.
Doncic, no good.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Offensive rebound, and it's blocked. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And Anthony gets it to go. And now it's a 9-point Portland lead.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Lillard against Doncic. His shot is good. Scores his third basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Boy, calm and collected inside. Doncic's scoring ability, wide-ranging.
Here's Cantor, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Cantor's got 6 in the quarter.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Doncic against Lillard. Wide open look here for Cauley-Stein. Dallas moving the ball around. Yep, that one goes. Cauley-Stein's got 9.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Here's Lillard. Basket good. He's got 12.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Mavericks trail by 9. There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's the floater. Doncic with the bucket.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Pass to Carmelo. It's rebounded by Doncic.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And now Anthony pushing it up. Going back to stop him. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Boy, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Trailblazer. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. The first 2 quarters. Thanks for joining us, folks.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Trent in at the 2. Cantor checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who's your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Lillard against Doncic. Here's Porzingis. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Now Doncic. He's got 12. Here's Porzingis. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Doncic. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. They get a hand on it. Covington with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And Jones slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Portland.
Lillard attacking. Lets it go from 11. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Down by 15. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Kanter with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, you look at Porzingis, and for a bigger guy, he's really agile, which I think puts defenders in difficult spots when they're trying to guard him.
A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Enes Kanter. Rodney Hood comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. One-on-one fast break. Here's Hardaway. And no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Anthony. Makes it off the glass. Anthony's got 8 points. Mavericks trail by 15. Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The shot by Powell, no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
That's good from Johnson. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Shoots over Covington and misses it off the right side of the rim. No good there. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've had such great ball. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. Then it's James Johnson. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Here's Trent. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
A different look now for Portland. Little, he's checked in for Rodney Hood, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anferny Simons. Richardson outside. And good that time. Richardson's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, Richardson has a lot of toughness. Remember, this is a guy who earned his spot in the NBA. Nothing has come easy for him.
Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Brunson against Lillard. And Covington sends it back.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Covington. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Tim Hardaway picks one up. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I'll tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes, they last days.
And it's denied. And they'll keep possession. The shot's good. Trailblazers leading by 20. Lillard outside. Here's Trent. Oh, and it looks like that's going to... And the coach's challenge being used up here. Not a lot of time left. You've got one to use. Might as well do it.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
And Porzingis, here we go. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
You know, guys, 7-footers usually don't dribble and drive that smoothly, but that's why they call Porzingis the unicorn.
Anthony on the wing. Back to Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Lillard outside. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Doncic with the steal.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
From 13, it's rebounded by Dallas.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And that one falls for Burke. And the Mavericks making a change here. Owundu's checked in. Burke hits them both. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. 22 is their biggest lead. Hood on the wing. Pass to Canner. Portland moving the ball around. He kicks to Little. Hood on the wing. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Cantor. The rebound by Johnson. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a 16-point game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And so he makes both from the line. Lillard with it. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You 2 players. It'll be a jump ball.
And so here is Dallas. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.